thanks for inviting us in. It's now 11 o'clock. Severe permanent disfigurement, loss of function, emotional distress. Those are the consequences of a fight here in downtown Indianapolis as laid out in a new lawsuit. That suit names former NFL quarterback Mark Sanchez and the Fox Corporation. That fight unfolded early Saturday morning, thrusting our city into the national spotlight, and it did not take long for things to escalate. This lawsuit, criminal charges, and political finger pointing. We'll get to all of that in a moment, but let's begin tonight with Logan Gay, who joins us in the newsroom. So Logan, what do they want to accomplish with this lawsuit?
Hey Scott, I combed through this lawsuit filed by the victims' attorneys, and it details their request for the courts to rule in their favor and against Sanchez and Fox Corporation. A warning though, some of the photos in this story are graphic. Laid out in this 5-page lawsuit, a detailed account of what a 69-year-old says left him permanently disfigured and emotionally distressed. A local attorney who's not involved in the case but is paying close attention to it says he's not surprised the family has filed a lawsuit already.
He's going to have a lot of medical bills to pay and things of that nature.
The fight unfolding early Saturday morning in an alley behind the Westin Hotel where the 69-year-old was working. The aftermath now leading to a level 5 felony charge against Sanchez due to the severity of the alleged victim's injuries.
I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care where you live. If you come into our city, commit violence, we will use all the tools at our disposal to hold you accountable.
The lawsuit also names Fox Corporation, Sanchez's employer, saying the company owed a duty of care to the 69-year-old to ensure that its employees conducted themselves in a reasonable manner. Because of this, his attorneys are asking for damages and legal fees.
High likelihood, I would say, the civil side will settle. That's a pretty normal thing, and these are the kind of things that people in his position don't want to keep in the news any longer than they have to.
So Sanchez was due in court tomorrow, but his lawyers filed a motion to waive that initial hearing and enter a not guilty plea. We just checked online court records, and they say Sanchez has a pretrial hearing set for November 5th.
All right, Logan, thanks so much. For the first time, we are hearing from Mark Sanchez's family about these allegations and his injuries. Sanchez's brother calls this a deeply distressing time for everyone involved. A statement goes on to say Mark remains under medical care for the serious injuries he sustained and is focused on his recovery as the legal process continues. So this case really opened the box of a blame game between city and state leaders. In fact, just hours into this investigation, Governor Mike Braun posted on social media, city leaders must do their jobs and hold criminals accountable. Hoosiers deserve better, praying for a full recovery for Mark Sanchez. Someone later deleted that post. Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears called the comments disappointing, saying the governor was making assumptions and didn't have all the facts. So we talked to Mears about it today.
When those types of things are said, it's not really an attack on me, it's an attack on 420 people who worked in the prosecutor's office who are dedicated to their job.
Governor Braun pushed back, writing in response, if one deleted tweet finally gets Mears to start paying attention to the violent crime epidemic in our capital city, then I will start deleting more tweets. We reached out to the governor's office several times today, but did not hear back. Our coverage on this case continues online. There you'll be able to find a full breakdown of the lawsuit and a timeline of the investigation. We'll be posting any developments as soon as we get them. You can find them right now over on WTHR.com. Rob, got some rain out there, don't we?
Yeah, it's nice to finally be able to use the radar and see some rain falling, but as expected, the heaviest of the rain is mostly south of Indy, although we have seen some scattered showers across the city. Watching some of the heaviest rain right now, anywhere from, say, Pendleton, approaching Newcastle, Cambridge City, Rushville, you've had some rain move through. The real heavy rain is actually farther to the south, and we knew that this trend was going to be the case from Bloomington all the way over to Columbus, across Brown County, some of the heaviest rain, and I expect that we will see these numbers continue to add up south of Indy, but may not add to very much north of Indy. That's the continued trend. We're going to expect scattered showers through the overnight. These will continue through the morning and likely into the afternoon. But again, south of Indy, much higher rainfall totals. North of Indy, you may get some scattered showers, a few sprinkles here and there, but it's not going to amount to very much. I'll talk about the big cool down after this front coming up.
All right, Rob, we'll see you in a little bit. New tonight at 11, a man is recovering this evening after a shooting on the east side of Indianapolis. The man shot was taken to the hospital in critical condition tonight and is said to be stable. The shooting happened around 7:30 tonight along Washington Street near Ritter Avenue. Police tell us that neighbors got into a fight over some noise and that led to the gunfire. They're confirming tonight they detained someone at the scene. Not clear yet if that person is a suspect. So if you have any information that can help detectives, please reach out to either IMPD or Crime Stoppers. Tonight at 11, a family is now suing Wayne Township Schools alleging abuse and neglect of a student who is deaf and blind. Now, according to the lawsuit, Ben Davis High School and Chapel Hill 7th and 8th grade center staff left the student unattended, neglected to feed him, and ignored his medical needs. That filing says the staff took pictures and filmed the student while he was naked and in distress. The family's attorneys say the district's actions violate the Americans with Disabilities Act and the 14th Amendment. We've reached out to the school district. A spokesperson told us they're aware of this lawsuit and they take all allegations involving student safety seriously. And now to a plan to extend a data center development in Morgan County just made it past its next hurdle. The commissioners signed off on the rezoning request with a 2-to-1 vote. All of this covers 158 acres outside Monrovia. They already signed off on 390 acres earlier this year. We don't yet know who's trying to move in, but some residents who already live there are fighting back. In fact, there's already a lawsuit against the proposal for the original 390 acres, and they are threatening another one. Tonight at 11, the City County Council approved Indy's 2026 budget. Mayor Joe Hogsett called it especially difficult as changes to property tax revenue cloud our city's financial future. Alex Almanza was at that meeting and shows us how it stirred debate.
Well, it all comes down to this. For months, the City County Council and the various committees have been working to put together a 2026 operating budget for the city of Indianapolis. But on Monday, debates around spending weren't without fireworks. It began with a prayer, but what followed was hours of debate inside the city-county building as councilors weighed a $1.7 billion spending plan for 2026. In a statement, Hogsett's office says the budget keeps the city fully funded and balanced without raising taxes, saying, quote, "It's natural for difficult decisions to generate disagreement, but leadership sometimes means making hard calls." The 2026 city-county budget package reflects decisions grounded in collaboration and responsibility to the people we serve. The budget adds about $20 million for IMPD, funding 3 new recruit classes, new license plate readers and cameras, and full staffing for police and fire. It also triples the money set aside for road repairs and includes $10 million to match future state infrastructure funds. But even supporters of the plan admitted it's far from perfect.
We knew that it wasn't going to be beautiful. I think that we were doing our best to try to address all the different issues impacting different sectors of the city, and it's frustrating.
Republican Councilor Michael Paul Hart tried to amend the budget, moving $2 million away from the Office of Public Health and Safety toward urban forest preservation. That measure failed, but Hart says it was about more than trees.
You know, part of it was proving a point that we do have the ability to do so, but also asking for an opportunity to get there earlier so we don't have to do it in that fashion going forward.
Democrats say they started budget talks months ago and insist there's only so much money to go around.
And right now the pie's just not big enough. And we have pushed, and we're going to push harder, that the city must increase the pie. We must increase our revenue. And that's been made difficult to do from the state.
The budget passed mostly along party lines, marking the 9th straight year the city's budget has balanced without a tax hike. At the City County Building, Alex Almanza, 13 News.
Tonight, the Beech Grove Common Council gave initial approval to its city budget with a 4-3 vote. City leaders say they had to slash $600,000 from the original plan because of cuts caused by Senate Bill 1. That bill is designed to save homeowners on their property taxes, but it also means less funding for Indiana City. So Beech Grove is now working on a $19.4 million budget. It's set for a final vote on October 20th.